All right.
It's
so
update 43. Sorry.
Howdy, gamers. If my voice sounds a little more cooked than it normally does, it's because I drank some funky red Kool-Aid at the Redwater Den, and now I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Now that the obligatory I'm a sick message is out of the way, we can delve into this stream recap. If you're an Artea shill, then you know that something that I like to do is create videos that provide a brief summary of the Elder Scrolls Online developer streams, in case anyone missed a stream as it happened live and or wanted a refresher on all the key moments of the stream. This recent stream gave us a first look preview of the upcoming Update 43 base game patch. Most notably, this upcoming patch will introduce a new housing system feature, some Infinite Archive news, and other additional updates. And it's a free update. Love that for us. Gina and Jess started off this stream by going over some important event dates and sharing some cool goodies that we can pick up before welcoming 2 developers and allowing them to introduce themselves. Cullen Lee is a senior systems designer who worked on scribing and skill styles and the new housing feature that was shown off in the stream. Jimmy Simartino is a senior UI engineer and a huge housing fan. After these quick introductions, the devs delved right into the new housing feature that has been teased for quite a while, and it is house tours. The devs acknowledged that the housing community is near and dear to their hearts, and they wanted to create something that would help them continue to grow and share their incredibly creative homes with others, which is where house tours come into play. House tours will be available in the Activity Finder menu, and as the name suggests, this feature will allow players to visit other people's homes with ease. Players will be able to create listings for their homes and likewise visit other homes that have been listed on the Finder. You'll even be able to assign up to 3 tags for your home that describe the vibes of the place. Jesus. You'll even be able to assign up to 3 tags for your home that describe the vibes of the place when you create your listing. For example, you could assign the sinister tag to a creepy, scary housing creation, or a cozy tag to a more chill and relaxing house that you've put together. There are even playful and games tags that you can assign homes that have fun mazes or jump puzzles in them. Homes that your friends and guildmates list via the House Tours Finder will also have recognizable symbols next to their listings. Ultimately, the new House Tours system will give everyone a platform to show off their homes, not just their primaries, to the greater ESO community. If you're already in the PC housing community, you may recognize that there is a mammoth in the room here, but I won't get around to addressing that until we're near the end of the video. I want to summarize everything. I want to summarize the entire stream first. But the housing segment of the stream concluded with some brief housing tours of 2 new homes that will drop sometime in the future, including one that the ESO community had found on their own. The lead encounter designer, Mike Finnegan, then made a guest appearance to chat with us about the new additions to the Infinite Archive. Infinite Archive, or IA for short, is an endless PvE arena with an apocryphal theme that comes with the base game. IA gets progressively more challenging the further you progress in it, but you'll also be able to pick up several temporary and permanent buffs called verses and visions, respectively, that can help you out. In the Archive, you get the chance to fight all sorts of monsters from all over Tamriel, including familiar bosses with new mechanics. As you pack up mobs in IA, you'll also collect archival fortunes, an IA-specific currency that you can cash in to purchase neat rewards. The ESO devs have always mentioned that Infinite Archive is something that can be expanded upon to create new experiences down the line, and that's exactly what this IA update will entail. 2 new arena types have been added, and they are fire and ice-based. The fire arena has fiery pits that lob molten lava at players, and the ice arena has frozen waters that can freeze players to death if they AFK in it for too long. I'm getting Maelstrom Arena Stage 5 flashbacks. In Infinite Archive, staying light on your feet is key, so these environmental hazards will definitely pose a challenge to players. A new daily quest giver will also be added, and her daily quest will require you to kill a marauder or different fabled monsters to receive a reward. They've also added 10 new bosses from all across Tamriel, as well as 8 new verses, 10 new visions, new fabled monsters, and 2 new marauders. One of the marauders is akin to Balorg, the werewolf chonker from March of Sacrifices, in the sense that it has a mechanic that restricts your vision by summoning a fog. The other marauder is a charging minotaur. You'll also be able to pick up a new consumable that allows you to turn into a random avatar, like a werewolf behemoth, once per turn, and a handful of new class sets. The stream quality was kinda cooked, so I don't have any pretty screenshots to share with you all for the new sets, but the PTS and the corresponding patch notes will be up this Monday, so we won't have to wait long to get our hands on that information. The stream wrapped up with some information about additional improvements that we'll experience next patch. They've added mount preview improvements that will allow you to preview all of the animations for mounts, like rear up, walk, run, etc., in the collections and the Crown Store menus. Luminous ink will also be buffed in the sense that there will be new sources for this elusive and important scribing material. We'll have the chance to obtain luminous inks from treasure chests and heavy sacks next patch. 6 new styles will be added to the game as well, and I believe it was mentioned that they would be able to be purchased with archival fortunes. The skill styling system debuted with Gold Road, and it allows players to change the appearance of their skills upon obtaining certain achievements. One of the new skill styles was previewed on stream, and it was a style that changed the color of the Eye of the Storm Destruction Staff ultimate from a fiery red to a glowing purple. Thanos Storm, as Drakkar called it. It will match his Thanos horse and his Thanos deer. Another new feature will be the Remember Last Guild Store feature. Rather than having to sort through your guilds every time you're in the Guild Bank menu to get to the only guild bank that you actually really use, you'll be greeted by the last guild store that you used when you opened up this menu because it will have been remembered. Just seconds after this was revealed, I already had gamers in my Discord server making memes about how much easier it'll be to put a bunch of shit in the guild bank for TTS. So I'm begging Zos to instead please make a feature that automatically permanently bans anyone that puts absolute garbage in a trading guild's guild bank. Thank you. For the 2 people that needed to hear that, that was a joke. The last update is that there will be more curated item set drops. Curated, in this context, is a term that's used to describe the fact that gear that you have not yet collected is more likely to drop for you. That was a gross oversimplification, but that's basically it. This applies to a majority of item sources, and it will now apply to PvP bags, trial reward coffers, and monster shoulder coffers. Huge news, actually massive. I'm really glad that they've finally gone ahead and implemented this to save us from gambling away our Undaunted keys to get that one monster set shoulder in the correct weight that we need. And that's how the stream wrapped up. What are your initial thoughts given all that you've seen? I know that for a lot of housing mains that play on PC, the new housing feature was a bit of a letdown because there's already a really popular add-on that exists that essentially does the same thing. This add-on is called EHT, or Essential Housing Tools, and one of its many features is that it allows you to check out other players' homes, much like the upcoming House Tour update that was shown on stream. Housing mains that were expecting something new that would affect gameplay that revolves around actually creating things via ESO's housing system, unfortunately walked away from the stream empty-handed. Some even expressed their concerns that people would have an even easier time copying their housing creations now that the equivalent of EHT will be a base game feature. The fact that there are copycats that completely copy other creators' homes and then submit them into contests and whatnot is a pretty pressing issue among the veteran housing community, so you gotta sympathize with where they're coming from. While a lot of us have the option to install an add-on that basically does what this new housing feature will do and more, it's important to keep in mind that not everyone uses EHT or even has access to add-ons like the console community. You can't deny the fact that this will make sharing your housing creations with others much more accessible, which can not only inspire other players, but promote fun gameplay as players get to explore insanely creative homes that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to. The copying, of course, is an unfortunate side effect though. But what do you all think about this update? That'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you to my YouTube members for the additional support, and I'll see ya in the next video. Cheers.